What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru, and man, we're trying to break down as much footage as we can. We're trying to be on top of everything as you'd expect around here, and just got my hands today on 5 minutes of gameplay footage. So I want to thank Nintendo Wire because that's where I got the footage from their YouTube channel. I grabbed that footage off there earlier today, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, by watching this, it looks like it was like just additional stuff, additional footage that they didn't put in the direct, but there's some stuff that's in here that's pretty telling and shows off some pretty cool stuff. So I wanted to just watch it live, stop, break it down, try to analyze some stuff that we see that pops up. We'll see. So let's go. Okay, so right off Jump Street, we're starting off right out the gates. As you can see, this character, he catches a bug, right? So you look at this and you go, no big deal, he's just catching a bug. But the tell here and the amazing stuff is, first off, and you'll see better later on as we go through this footage, he has a goatee or a beard, a little chin beard, which tells you that, number one, we're going to have facial hair in this. This is kind of exciting because I've always wanted to have facial hair because I have facial hair in real life. I've never been able to do it in the game. Now it looks like we're going to be able to do it. But here's the thing. That's not even the big part about this. Look at the building behind him. And what's awesome about this is you can tell by the foliage on the leaves that it is fall. But then you look at the building and it's decorated for Halloween. So it's really, really cool. Now here's the thing. This, to me, does not look like the Able Sisters, because we'll show you footage of that later on as we go on. So it's not the Able Sisters, right? It's definitely not Nookingtons or Nook's Cranny or anything like that. To me, this looks like it's potentially the Roost. Now, the only thing that throws me off of that, though, and maybe as I'm saying this out loud now and I'm looking at it, it probably is not the Roost. It probably is Nook's Cranny or Nooklings or whatever, like an upgraded version. It's not Nook's Cranny because you can see the decorations, like there's seeds to the left, seeds of flowers, and then on the right it looks like their wallpaper that's sitting in the barrel. To the left, again on the left window, that might be flooring that's over there. But regardless, it is pretty cool to see all this stuff. I really hope it is the Roost. That's my heart, is what I'm hoping. We'll tell. We get no signage, so we don't know what this store is at all. It's just pretty cool that this is where we are right here, and it's pretty exciting. All right, so we're catching a fish on the jetty here. It looks like a jellyfish of sorts, so that's not anything new per se. That's typical normal stuff here. He hits the tree, and a bug falls out of the tree that you can then catch, which you will see him do that. But I just want to show off here the detail of the barrel in the back there. Like, that barrel looks pretty impressive. It's really good. There's a very clear shot of his beard, his little like goatee type beard. You can see it clear as day with this picture. Pretty cool. Okay, so then we go back to this one. Now, the reason why I stopped the footage here is this is the Able Sister store, right? And as you can tell, it's totally different than the first store that I showed you guys, and I stopped the footage on. So, it makes me wonder, do the Able Sisters decorate during holidays? Again, the trees are different. This is a springtime scene, so we wouldn't necessarily see the different things out there, like the pumpkins and all that, because it's not Halloween or that time of year right now here. But it's just showing the difference of the stores is pretty cool. Again, what I find really cool about this is I love the snow. The snow is a very different thing here, where not only do you see the leaves are like white on the trees, but then there's actual snow on top of that, where it's different than it's ever been in the past. Also, like, the snow on the roof of the building of the Able Sisters here just looks really good. Like, there's so much attention to detail with the way that they handled so much of this. I'm in love with this so far. the return of trash. Again, so now we get another view. Again, it's just not enough, though. That's stored in the background. We're still in fall. It's the Halloween theme. But we just never get enough footage to see what the top of that store says. It's what makes me think it's the Roost. Because here's the thing. It's either the Roost or retail. And the reason why I say that is this. They showed us Nook's Cranny in the direct. Why would they hide anything other than that here? So that's what makes me believe that it probably is the Roost or retail, potentially. But I'm leaning more towards the Roost. But again, the thing that's throwing me off is the seeds and the wallpaper and the flooring that's obviously in the windows. So unless Brewster started selling stuff like that, I don't know. But it's different. I like it so far. I like the mystery that's going on around this. And it adds a lot of speculation, let's be honest. I can never catch bees that quick. Now, I want to show you something here. And the reason why I'm stopping is this. Notice the emblem on the fossil. This is a fossil. For those that don't know, he's just dug up a fossil. Fossils then obviously turn into bigger fossils when you lay them out. But this is, there's a reason why I'm showing you this and I'm stopping this. This here looks like a new type of fish. And that has me excited because this is a new fish. That means we're going to get hopefully more new fish in this game, and that's exciting. All right, so now this is the first peek of like we're going into the museum for the first time. There's the owl up there. Our first sign of Blathers. This is the first images of Blathers actually being in the game. As a museum connoisseur in these games, I love this. I love seeing Blathers. But there's a reason why I stopped the footage. Number one, you see the shell or the emblem on the back behind both Blathers and Villager here is you're looking at the emblem for fossils. But you see the staircase going down. So that means, unlike other Animal Crossing games, where in other Animal Crossing games, typically when you went downstairs, that was where Brewster was. That's where the Roost was, downstairs. And then when you were able to accomplish unlocking an upstairs, that typically led to either Celeste up there with the astrology stuff, or like in New Leaf, you had your whole upstairs that you turned into other rooms. This is showing you multiple levels of the museum, upstairs, downstairs, and it's really exciting. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so here we go again. Fossils, just look at the lighting on the back wall and everything about this. This just looks so realistic. I think this is why people got so excited when we saw the museum for the first time. It looks like we're going up staircases in different levels, because you see the staircase to the right. Here's the different levels of where the bugs are. This is just really, really, like, look at the attention to detail. The lighting is perfect in these pictures and this video footage it's showing. This is the coolest thing ever. Get ready. This is amazing. So I don't know who's ever been to SeaWorld or something like that, but when you go to SeaWorld, there's aquariums that you walk through where the glass goes over top of you and around you. And that's what this is, where you're going to go multiple levels. You're going to see the fish like swimming around you and by you. And it's like, this is fantastic. This is the first time we're seeing this, because during the direct, they just showed us you walked up to that glass and it was like, okay, a lot of the same that we got in New Leaf and all that. But this takes it to a whole new level. This is just fantastic. Okay, so here, when you do the count, right, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 per row, 4 rows. That's telling us that we can get 40 items in our pockets now, plus stacked. So it means like you can have multiple of the same going up. I don't know how high the stacking goes. I want to assume 99, but I don't know that for sure. The other thing too that's interesting about this is not only do you have your items here, the different things that you got, like your tools and all that. But then there is the clothing button there. Typically in the past, when you went to your pocket, your clothing was in there along with your tools and your different items that you had. So this is basically telling me anyway that we're going to have a multi-tag. We're going to have another thing that we're going to like click, and then we're going to be able to see our clothes. So it's just a lot of space, and I'm loving it. I think it's fantastic. The other thing too, if we're looking, is you have the watering can here, you have the ladder, but if you notice that shovel, and then you look at in the bottom right hand corner, the axe, they are not the flimsy kind. They are realistic, like the real axe, the real shovel. So it definitely shows that like we get the real items that we are used to at some point in this game, and that's pretty awesome. Now this is key for one thing. You see them watering the flowers. That is not a gold watering can. It's not a silver watering can, but it is operating very much so like one. In the past, when you would water with the regular watering can, you could just water one set of flowers at a time. This is basically just going like, you know what? We're not going to waste our time with that. We're going to let you water big swashes of flowers at a time, which is pretty awesome, and I love it. In the back there, in the corner, that is not like a potato or something growing out of the ground. It's actually bamboo, which is the first signs that bamboo will be in this game. Pretty awesome. Also, might I add, the pavers, the walkway is a different style than what we had seen in the Direct. In the Direct, we just saw sand and we saw brick. We're actually seeing now a gray brick that's in a fan pattern in the block industry. That's what we call it. It's fan pattern. So that's pretty cool to see that. One more thing that I'm noticing as we're talking. If you notice, too, the walkway goes up to the steps, where there was images before where it had stopped short, and people were panicking about that. They were saying, like, oh, my God, does this mean we can't go right up to the doors? We can't go right up. Everything that I'm seeing so far is showing that that isn't the case here. Now, two things. I want to show you, which shows me that this little building took place over multiple days of doing and such. The bamboo shoots in the background are much taller, much bigger. So that's kind of interesting to see. The photo setup is really cool. The ability that we're going to be able to have with the photos, being able to zoom in, ground level, almost like you're now taking a picture of them. It's pretty ingenious what they're doing here with this. But this looks pretty fantastic. This is pretty cool. This is the critterpedia. So what you're seeing here is, as you catch stuff, it fills up your spaces, and it's going to basically be like your Pokedex for Pokemon fans. But this basically keeps track of every single thing that you have in here across the board. It also, if I'm not mistaken, which you'll see here in a second, yes. So it also shows you if you had donated it yet to the museum, because it shows donated at the bottom right hand corner. It shows you the hours of activity that this thing is active, and it also shows you the months that it's active. So why this is important is, let's say hypothetically that you're catching bugs, but you don't have your museum built yet. It will tell you like, hey, you've built you've donated to the museum, or you haven't. And if you haven't, it's like, if you need to catch another one, here's your hours of operation that this thing is floating around, and here is your timetable for basically getting the bugs. Like these are the months that this thing is active to go upon. Okay, so now here we are as we have the construction area, right? And we have multiple different. Here we're getting able to see all the paths. So it looks like we have multiples. It looks like we have multiples of a couple of things. So you have different types of brick, like color brick. We also have like gray stone, like a tan stone. We have sand. We have dirt. It looks like we have snow, which I think would be grass probably. It's probably grass. But because there's snow on the ground right now, that's why it's snow. And then we have this fan pattern that's showing. But the other thing, too, is if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a pencil, which means we're probably able to design our own patterns, which is pretty awesome. Let's be honest. And then she, like, clicks off, and she's going to do the construction permit for the cliff construction. And it changes her shovel. Starts knocking stuff out. Filling back in. Okay. Everything's kind of going by a little bit quick, but it's alright. We're good. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Here we go. The dodos. So we got Orville and Wilbur. Amazing. Okay, so here, real quickly, as you can see, full-on bamboo shoots to the full level of where they are. Now one looks like it's it's browning out a little bit, so maybe it's the fall time, which it looks like it's starting to shift to fall. So they're starting to like die because of the cold weather and such. But really, really nice. I'm loving the way they look. So here's something that's interesting. You saw her chopping, and the bamboo pieces were popping off. At first I thought, because that's typically how you would get the shoots from before, you would dig them up and such. She didn't do that. She dug the shoot up, and that's how now she has bamboo to take back to her town. But she's chopping the bamboo, which then can be used to build projects moving forward. And we all know that there's different types of wood in this game. It's kind of cool that we have bamboo now. That's another type of wood that's being confirmed here. Showing a bunch of different animals. There can be villagers that are with you. The water fountain's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. This is amazing. And this is basically footage that they showed right now. This is the footage that was shown during the direct, and this is the party play moment where they're all playing together, they're running around. This was all stuff that was in the direct. So it's not any new footage or anything different that we haven't seen. And that's the thing why, like, I feel like it's why it's so quiet and there's no music playing. Absolutely, this is all footage that was additional, that was brought in, that they wanted to record and lay their music that they wanted for the direct, not just randomly generating music. This is all stuff that they showed. Oh, I mean, this is all familiar stuff that we've seen. And now it's absolute silence. I love the ladder. That's pretty cool. So it's showing we could do multiple ways of moving furniture. So you can either use the Happy Home Designer way of moving furniture, or you can go back and do it the old-fashioned way where you slide furniture across and all that stuff. Okay, so there we have it. So we're seeing a lot of stuff out of here, and I think it is pretty exciting what we are seeing now. I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff because I wasn't really just diving in and breaking down and looking every analytical thing. I was trying to get the things that jumped out to me, the first things I saw. I've watched this footage probably 3 times now, so I'm pretty close to being like thinking in my head anyway that like I got a lot of stuff, but I'm sure there's stuff that I'm missing. And if I did, I'll be sure to bring it up in a future video and all. But I just love the fact that we're seeing more footage and we're seeing more stuff. We're able to take this footage and break it down and talk about it and discuss it. But it just gets me more excited. The more I see, the things that stand out are the building that, I'm hoping it's the Roost. I really am. I wouldn't mind it being retail either, if I'm being honest, because I do wonder what happened to Cyrus and all them and all that stuff. And then like the facial hair is something that's really cool because it just allows us to get creative with our characters. Also, the construction thing, when we stopped it, all the different paths that are available to us. Plus, we can go in and design our own, which is exciting. Like, let's be honest, like it's going to be really cool to see some special stuff that people create and make. So it's really exciting stuff. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching another video over here on my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share this content with friends and family and whoever are Animal Crossing fans if you enjoyed it yourself. You can follow me Instagram, Twitter, and on Twitch at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.